what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to another video of the Comet Garage. In today's episode, we're gonna finally get the gauge cluster on the G35 fixed. It's been one of the most annoying issues I have with the G35 for the past couple of years. As you guys may know or might not know, the gauge cluster, the solder behind the whole motherboard, whole circuit, goes bad within a couple of years. It's one of the most common things in electronics on Infiniti's, most notorious issues in these cars, especially on the G35. That gauge cluster needs repair. Once in its lifetime, maybe twice, it will need to be repaired. It gives you this engine code right here, which that right there is the fuel level sensor code. Basically, it turns on your engine light. You can pass emissions if you have that on, even though you change both of the sensors in the back, you know, the one that holds the fuel pump and also the other level sensor unit. I've changed both of them. I cleaned out the one with the fuel pump and I changed the one that is behind the driver's side, and it didn't fix it. So clearly it's the gauge cluster. Who would have thought, right? There's many videos out there showing you guys or talking about this problem, and honestly the best way to fix it is by taking the gauge cluster out and sending it out to professionals to fix it. So today we're gonna go ahead and take out the gauge cluster out of the G35 and ship it to our boys at Electronix. They're one of the best. I've seen their videos, I've seen reviews. They know what they're doing. They're all the way in Wisconsin, so if you live out there, you know, drop by them, drop off your gauge cluster and get it fixed. If not, you have to ship it out, and we'll show you guys the whole process right now. So let's go ahead and take that gauge cluster out. We're gonna have it out of commission for around 2 weeks. We got the little beamer back there looking all nice. The problems that we have is that the level fuel sensor reader is not working correctly. From my research and everything I saw, Infiniti, they connect the level sensing reader to the actual cluster and to the transmission and to all the components. So if it goes bad or you get that engine code, that right there is the cluster. The other thing that we're having problems with is with the battery light and the brake light. I don't know why the brake light is not on. My brake is up, but also the backlighting, as you guys can see, the needle as well. A bunch of issues with the gauge cluster. First thing you want to do is locate this screw and remove that. Got that screw out. Now you want to go underneath the steering wheel right here, and you want to remove these two right there. That one and this one, and also this third one right there in the back. Have the 3 screws out right there. Next, you want to go ahead and remove this plastic piece right here. It just pops out. You just want to come under here and pull this out and pop this whole thing out. Pull it down just like that. Has a couple clips. There you go. Now without the under the steering wheel, we're able to remove these 3 screws right here and take this bracket off. These are all 10 millimeters. And remove this under the steering wheel. Since we already removed these 2 screws that were holding it in place, you just literally gotta pull it down just like that. It will be fine if you just leave it hanging right there. Also, for more clearance, you just want to take this top part out. You want to remove these levers right here, so just press the tab on the bottom and the tab on the top, and you should be able to press both of them at the same time and pull this out. Make sure you do the same thing for the right side, and once this is out, it's actually connected with a wire, so you just move it to the left side. There you go. So now we have both of them out. This one's the one on the right side. As you guys saw, we just moved it across because it's connected by a wire, and the other one completely comes off. All right, guys, we have the 4 screws out from underneath from the cluster. As you guys saw here, it was one right here, one over here, and the other one's down there. All right, the last thing you gotta do, it has a couple of harnesses in the back of the cluster. You just gotta pull them out. There's also a harness connected to the mirror programmer, so make sure you take that one out, and you should be able to remove the unit out. All right, fam, we're all done. We got the cluster right here. Last thing we gotta do is ship it out, box it up, take it to UPS and send it out. You do have to print out a form, fill it up with all the information required for your repair, which is this one right here. This one right here is the Electronix. As you guys can see, it has their address, phone number, fax, if you have any questions. I'm covering my personal information, but under here it also has where you have to put the VIN number, the year of the car, model, make, the mileage, part number, obviously the part number of the cluster, and you sign it and date it. You gotta make sure you put that paperwork inside with the cluster when you're shipping out the box. After the cluster is shipped, you'll get notified. Once they get it, they start working on it.
Later.
Yo, what's up boys? Welcome back to part 2 of this video. We got our package back. Tannen did their work, they fixed it, and they shipped it back. All in all, it took about maybe like 10 days. They only work Monday through Friday. They received it Monday. They confirmed they got it on Tuesday. They started working on it, and I didn't get it until the following Friday. So it did take around 10 days with shipping and everything. I would say probably 15 days with the whole process. We got it right here. Let's go ahead and unbox it and let's see how it looks. We got our unit back. As you guys can see, it's the same one we sent over, just in case. Look, we have a little certificate right here, a little barcode from Tannen Electronix, showing it has been restored. We have our original serial number back there. Everything looks the same, everything looks good. And here's the information for you guys. Tannen Auto Electronics, that's where they're located. If you guys see right here, that's their address where you gotta ship it to. And our total price was $2.99. That's before shipping both ways. In total, shipping one way over there was about $50. On their website, when you purchase the repair service, they do give you an option for shipping back to you and everything, and they charged me, I believe it was around 60 something bucks. So all in all, you know, it was around a little bit over $400 for the whole repair system, plus shipping, plus tax and everything, with insurance and everything. So I think it's well worth it. You know, your gauge clutch is completely, you know, worn out. You know, the back lighting didn't work, as you guys saw. The fuel gauge, it doesn't read correctly, and that's the main issue with these things. And it throws an engine light to you, and no one wants that. But let's go ahead and install it, and let's test it out and see if everything works like it should. All right, so far we got the gauge cluster back in place, connected the connectors, the harnesses on the back, connected the harness that goes right here to your mirrors, put the signals and the wiper back on, and just put the cover on top as well. Let's go ahead and test run it. Let's see if the car turns on just like this. No, it's not turning on. That's accessory mode right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect everything else, because I believe some of them might be grounds, and then we're gonna test the whole unit out, make sure it works. We finished installing the gauge cluster back in place. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see how it looks. I got the key right here. Let's go ahead. First startup. Damn, look at that. Everything works. Look at the back lighting. Everything's working like it should. Everything's perfect. My fuel gauge is actually reading correctly. That's crazy. And my mileage is actually showing. I can actually see everything again. That's crazy. Everything works. I haven't seen this dashboard this clean for about probably 5-6 years. Let's go ahead and get that first cold start. Okay, the engine light's still on. Gotta reset that because that's due to this gauge cluster saying that my fuel level sensor circuit reader doesn't work correctly. So we're gonna reset that and we'll see if that light comes back. Boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below. And don't forget to subscribe as well so you keep up with all the new videos we got for the G35 and our E36 coming up. Again, I thank you guys. Every like, every comment. Make sure you comment down below as well if you guys had this problem with your gauge cluster. Make sure if you did, hit the boys at Tannen Auto Electronics. They do an amazing job. Again, the turnaround was about 15 days. All in all, it was around $400, a little like $410, around there. It just depends where you're shipping it from and everything, but I'm more than happy. We do have that engine light on. I'm gonna reset it and see if it comes back. It should not, because everything should be working perfectly now that we got the gauge cluster fixed and we got the G running again. If anything, guys, make sure to stay tuned to find out what happens to the G35 on the next episode of the Comic Garage. Peace.